I'm Scott L. Miller. It is Friday, the 10th of December, 2021. Welcome to the Sheep Guarding Llama vlog, and I am filming this in the future from the Hotel Paradiso in Laguna de Apoyo in the Masaya region of Nicaragua. Okay, so today, it's a lot to get in there. Today's Friday, had normal work in the morning. It's Friday, what do you expect? And pretty much a lot of the day was just getting stuff done around the hotel and for work, just lining everything up to make sure we were able to travel this evening. I had to spend a lot of time getting cameras and stuff ready because this weekend is our first real full filming weekend that we're doing for This is Nicaragua, and so ran around all day charging batteries, packing cameras, packing luggage, making sure we had plans for all the stuff that we needed to do. The original plan was that we were going to be going to Laguna de Apoyo, which obviously we made it, and to go see the Pueblos Blancos. However, we're going to find out tomorrow on Saturday that it takes more time to film, so we're really just going to go to Laguna de Apoyo effectively for the weekend, which is still very cool. That's more than enough. But so there's a lot to get ready. We haven't done real filming before. It's all been just kind of like take flight stuff where it's very casual, and so this is going to be a big challenge. We're going to be learning a lot this weekend, and I have a lot to do to get ready. And because I don't have a main camera, one that's capable of doing pretty much everything, I have to pack a lot of stuff. So we're taking multiple gimbals, we're taking multiple cameras, Lumix, Olympus. I'm taking the Nikon just because it hasn't had a chance to get out and play. I don't know if I'll actually need that, but because we have a car that we have the whole time, it's easy to move it around, so I'm bringing it because I can. We've got the iPhone 13, which I'm so thankful for. This is such a blessing that my other camera died because the iPhone has turned into such a major part of our filming. And now that the vlog is taking off, it's being used so much that it's really making a difference. It's very important. And thankfully, I have the gimbal for it, the Osmo 3, and I'm using that. So those things are going to be a big part of this weekend's filming. And as I've mentioned, we've got an Olympus OMD EM1 that we're planning on getting, that I think is going to make a really, really big difference, and it's going to eliminate most of those cameras. I'm not going to need to bring the Nikon. I'm not going to need to bring the Olympus pen. Really, that will probably be left. It may come as a second camera, but it'll basically never have to be brought out. And I definitely won't need the Lumix, so I'll be compressing 3 cameras into one. My plan is to get a good, decently fast, but not super fast, large range zoom going from like 24 to 100. That doesn't seem right. I think it's 14 to 100, so equivalent of 28 to 200. Anyway, a pretty good range zoom, so I only need one lens. Right now with the Olympus, I have 3 separates. I've got a 17, 25, and 45, which is a 35, 50, and 90 equivalent, and I have to manually switch them between shots, which is okay, but it makes it very inconvenient, and I can't zoom on anything, right? And then we have the GoPro, which of course will keep coming with us, and that's getting a lot of workout. Starting today, Dominica's learning how to use it herself. She actually started practicing as soon as we got in the car and started driving. I'm like, okay, start learning how to mount in the car, how to position in the car, how to do the settings in the car, and she was on it, so that's going to help. She's going to at least be doing a lot of the GoPro stuff while I'm doing other things. So hopefully we can reduce it to the GoPro, the camera, and the new Olympus with the zoom, and be able to be quite a bit more mobile. There's a lot of stuff we have to bring currently. And of course, the new one's going to have the big gimbal. That's big and can't be avoided. Our drive went pretty well. We took a path that I haven't done in a long time, which was driving from Leon to Managua and then down to Jinotepe instead of taking the bypass, because it turns out I'm the only one who knows about the bypass and no one believed me and thought I was crazy, and so didn't take it. And then Google Maps doesn't show it, so it really supports the fact that I'm crazy and made up that there's a bypass, but Apple Maps had it, and I was able to be like, look, there's Nicaragua 169. This would cut off a bit of time and traffic. They're like, what? This isn't on the map that we have. Google Maps. Good job, Google. Again, getting all the roads wrong in Nicaragua. So we drove down, came through Jinotepe, and for dinner tonight, we stopped at El Paramo. It may be El Paramo. I'm not 100% sure on the pronunciation, which is a food court slash gastro park in Jinotepe. And Jinotepe is a small college town, a university town, but it's a foodie destination that seems like no one knows about. Like, only the serious foodies seem to know it. I mentioned it to so many Nicaraguans. They're like, food in Jinotepe? I'm like, it's known for this. Outside the Nicaragua, it's known for this. Like, it is the city of food. It's a small place, but their food is excellent. And Dominica's like, yeah, they're known for the best sushi in the country. And everyone's like, what? What are you talking about? So we went there. I've been wanting to go to this food court since it opened. I followed two girls who eat Nicaragua on Instagram, and it was one of the places they went early on. Took me a bit to find it. We tracked it down. Apple Maps couldn't take us to it. Google Maps is useless. But we found it, pretty much drove straight to it. And it's neat. It's tiny, right? They basically took an old taller, which is a auto garage, like a repair shop, and cleaned it up, converted it. Maybe that's not what they did, but that's what it looks like. And just got it all empty, blocked off some of the front. So you enter through one little spot. And then they built little shacks inside of it. So it's all covered, but it's a tall roof. And they painted murals everywhere, built little shacks inside, put in all kinds of tables and umbrellas, interior umbrellas, and trees and plants and gardening stuff. And so it gives a feeling of being much larger than it is. It's incredibly interesting. You want to look at everything. And there's like a little pizza place, a little cafe. There's a little place that does like barbecue and specialty meat stuff, and a little place that does smoothies. And that's about it. There's very little as far as things in it, but you're able to get a couple different food items, wings and pizza and burgers and whatever. And just the venue is super cool. So it's funny because they do it like a gastro park. It feels like you have a really large selection of food, when in reality, if you combined it all, it has a smaller menu than our restaurant. But it was all very well done, and a fun place to go, both because the food was good and because the ambiance is fantastic. It was neat. We wanted to take pictures. It's incredibly Instagrammable, and I did, right? So look for pictures from there. But the whole thing was really, really cool, and we had a very good time. So we're glad we got to stop there. I've been wanting to go there for a long time. It turned out to be a hit. Then from there, we drove on through, and it was dark, but we drove through a lot of the Pueblos Blancos. Beautiful drive. It would be nice to do it during the day, and I can't wait to do more of it on the GoPro for Drive Warp, because that'll be great. And then we came into Laguna de Apoyo. Driving through this region is so hard. Like, the maps are all wrong. The roads are physically hard to drive down, and finding anything is really tough. So it's a bit of a challenge, but we got here and got to our hotel, which I'm standing at, the Hotel Paradiso. And this is fantastic. We really, really like it. Now, we don't have air conditioning here, but it's not too warm. It's a bit warm at certain points. By morning, the room is perfect, but at night, you're just a little bit warm when you go to bed. But it's not bad, at least at this time of year. And we came down when we got here. Saeed immediately went to bed. Dominica and I came down and had one drink, but we were tired, so we just came down to the bar that I'm standing at and did one drink. There were a couple people still awake, but we made it just in time for last call. So it was probably about 9:30 that we arrived here, and we were in bed by about 10:15. Everything's getting charged up, and tomorrow, Saturday, will be a full day of filming around Laguna de Apoyo. All right, that's it for a Friday. I will see all of you tomorrow.